And now you will need to install the brake caliper. Remove these two bolts here. Hi guys, and welcome back to Mini Bike Store video blog. I am so excited. I will be unboxing today the Drizzle 140cc oil-cooled pit bike from Nitro Motors. This is one of the best 140cc pit bikes on the market with 4-stroke 140cc oil-cooled engine and large 17 and 14-inch wheels. So I will show you in this video what you get in the box and how to properly assemble the pit bike. So let's open the box. So this is how the pit bike looks like outside the cardboard box. You can see it's well secured in the steel frame. We have all the parts attached to the frame. The bike itself is secured with the bubble foil. So let's take the bubble foil. Here is the bike itself. So now I will show you how to properly assemble the bike. So first we need to disattach all the parts. First we have to take the wheel off, so cut the wire here. Then here. And here. Remove the front wheel. Next, cut these two wires here which holds the box with the front forks. Remove the front forks. Next, here at the front we have the bag with the user manuals, bolts, etc. So remove the bag. At the back wheel we have connected the front mudguard, so we have to remove the front mudguard. When you look just under the body, here you can find the rear shock absorber. So cut the wire which holds the rear shock absorber and remove it. Here is the rear shock absorber. We can remove this cover here. Next we need to remove all the bolts here at the bottom which holds the frame. And the last bolt is just here on the top. We need to remove this bolt here as well. And now we can remove the frame. So now we have the frame removed, we have the bubble foil removed. This is the bike itself. So let's check it out and see what we get with the bike. So first, here in the first bag we have the front mudguard. We have the owner's manuals in English language. We highly recommend that you read the user manuals before you use the bike for the first time. Here we have the front axle. And some bolts and nuts. In the second bag we have the rear shock absorber. Now in this bag here we have the front shock absorbers. One and the second one. So let's start assembly. First we need to cut this wire here which holds the bike with the frame. Remove the wire. Then the next one, this one here which holds the rear wheel with the frame. Next you need to lift the bike and place it on the stand. So place the bike like this on the stand, and now we need to start assembly from the front. First we need to disattach the handlebars. Remove the handlebars. Here we have the brake caliper, so untwist the brake line. Just like this. Next, take the 4 bolts which was in the bag, and you will need them to install the handlebars. So you need to place the handlebars in position. Make sure the cables are not twisted. If they are, just untwist them. So place the handlebars in position. Put the bolt through it from the bottom and screw in. And all 3 bolts the same. and tight well all 4 bolts. Next you will need to install the front forks. When you look close into the forks, you will see that one of the forks will have the mounting for the brake caliper. So this fork has to be installed from left hand side. So insert the fork through the fork clamps. Make sure that the brake cable is outside. Then through the top one. Like this. And now tight these bolts here. Don't over tight the bolts, this is aluminium parts. So tight the first bolt a little bit, then the second one, again the first one, and the second one, and the first one, and the second one. Now that's enough. And now tight the bolt here on the top. So now you can install the second fork. Just make sure that the cables here are inside, between the fork and between the frame. Check the position of the second fork, make sure both are in the same position. They are now, and tight the bolts here. Next you will need to install the front mud guards. Here on the bottom we have 3 bolts, you have to remove these 3 bolts first. Insert the bolts through the hole and then back into the fork clamp. And the second one. And the third one. Next, tight well all 3 bolts. Next you will need to install this mud guard here. First remove the long bolt just here from the clamp. Insert this pin into the hole just here. Then the bolt through it here on the top. And tight the bolt. Next you will need to install the wheel. Here we have the axle for the front wheel. And 2 spacers. And the front wheel. Check the air pressure in the wheel and inflate it if needed. So place the wheel between the forks. Insert the axle from the left hand side first, like this, then the longer spacer. Put the axle through it, then through the wheel. Put the shorter spacer on the other side, and then the axle through the second fork, and secure it with the nut. And now you can tighten the nut well. Next you will need to remove the cover from the handlebars. Remove the foil from the brake caliper. And now you will need to install the brake caliper. Remove these 2 bolts here. So now here, when you look here, we have the plastic which is between the brake pads. Remove that plastic. Insert the brake caliper in position. Now put the bolt through it. And now you need to put the spacer between the caliper mount and between the caliper, like this. And tight the bolt. And on the bottom do the same. So first insert the bolt, then the spacer, and then tighten it, and tighten both bolts well. So we have the wheel and the brake caliper now installed. So after we install the brake caliper, we need to place in position the brake line. So first remove this bolt here, one of the screws, like this. Put the brake line between it and install the screw and tighten both screws. Next you need to do the same here, so remove one of the screws, loosen the second one, now place the brake line like this between the holders here and here. Turn the top of the holder, install the screw, and now tighten both screws. So now we have the front of the bike fully assembled and we can move into the back. At the back of the bike you can see that almost everything is pre-assembled. We just have to install the rear shock absorber. So first we need to remove both bolts. So first insert the shock absorber in position like this, then insert the longer bolt here from the top. Secure it with the nut. Now insert the shorter bolt on the bottom. And secure it with the nut. Now tighten well both bolts. So now we have the Drizzle 140cc Pit Bike from Nitro Motors fully assembled. As you can see, there is not much work you have to do it. If you like the bike, you can purchase the bike from our website. The link to our shop is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we will be testing this bike in the next videos. We will also do the review of this bike. So stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks guys for watching and see you in the next video.